What's up, everybody? It's Alan the Kraken, and today we're going to be taking a look at some buying strategies if you're a TCG investor. Now, it's no secret that you can buy up the bottom floor of the market in order to raise the price of a single card. However, there is consequences to that, and I'll get to that here later in the video. Um, But let's go ahead and just do an exploration of some of these more common cards that are staples or Giffen goods within Flesh and Blood. Pummel is one of those cards that works well with certain things, um, but it's used in a lot of decks, and up until recently, maybe I think it was Thump that might do something. I don't know. But let's talk about Pummel. Pummel, we know it's used, we know it's played, we know it's in a lot of decks, and that's why it's basically like a dollar card as a common within Welcome to Wraith. Um, so let's talk about buying strategies. Now, if I were to buy up 1, 2, 3, right? The price of Pummel would jump to $1.28. So if I bought these top three, it would jump to $1.28 because you're taking the price of the card plus shipping into account. Now, I want you guys to understand that you see these, right? You see the 22 and the 23. These two are likely people that bought the bottom and then reposted them so that they could make a little bit of money, and that's called buying the floor, or just raising the floor price for this for this particular card in this particular market. Um, so what you can do as an evil TCG investor is like say, hey, you know what? I could pay $1.16 for that. I could pay whatever it is for that, whatever it is for that one. Or I could take these down knowing that these are probably going to get sold anyway. Plus, I don't want to get a lot of packages if I'm buying a lot. It eats up a lot of room in the mailbox, eats a lot of room in the P.O. box. So you could come here and pay a little bit more, just a little bit, and knock down these walls. So let's add 22, let's add 23. We got to add them individually. We'll add 23. We're not going to add them to cart. But let's say that we bought these and removed them, right? And then let's go further. Let's say we even spent a little bit extra more and we bought these. We bought these 10. And then we keep going down the line. We'll buy these 18 at 55 cents. We'll buy these 40-cent ones. We'll buy these 17 or the 50-cent ones with 17 cards there. Buy these 24 cards. See, now you're getting to like 5 or 6 packages, and you're not spending like a crazy amount of money on these cards because they've already like kind of settled. They're kind of at the floor of the market. You know what? Let's even pay $2 per card. Why not? Let's pay $3 per card. Why not? Now, what's going to happen is you've taken down all these stagnation walls. These are the things that get in the way of sellers. So what you guys need to understand is when sellers list cards on TCG Player, they're not listing every single card individually for the most part. They either have a team of people that do that, or they have like a single employee that does it all day for minimum wage, or they have a scanner and a listing software that can list automatically. Now, TCG Player Pro has that, and it's called QuickList. There are supplemental softwares to TCG Player that I am part of that is just freaking amazing for listing cards. I can list like 300 cards in 10 minutes. It's amazing. But you just have to like if you're getting down that road, you need to realize that your workload, you're going to have to pause your inventory while you catch up on shipping and stuff like that. So you don't want to go nuts if you're just a one-person operation. You want to take your time with it so you don't get burned out. But these companies list these super, super, super fast. And by taking down these sellers in particular and just paying them off, just pay the extra 10 cents, pay the extra 50 cents, pay the extra dollar, you're going to remove these people from the market. Now, one of two things are going to happen when you do that. They're going to be like, oh my God, my plan worked. My little buying up the bottom plan worked. What can I do now? Well, if you take them all down at once, they have to start buying up these little ones, these little tiny little stores. You got one there, one there. They're gonna have to buy up this two. They're gonna have to buy up that one, buy that two, buy that three, until they get a comfortable amount of supply back. And once these have been bought up by them, now you're seeing the price of these cards go into the $4.78 mark. So it doesn't take a lot of money to move these markets. It takes strategic buying to move these markets and accelerate them and cause them to explode. One of my targets, I've already did a video on this, kinda. I touched on it just very briefly, is cash in. Cash me outside, how about that? Oh, by the way, unban Drone of Brutality. I almost forgot. Unban Drone of Brutality. And if you keep this up, then eventually you're going to run out of inventory in the market, and then they're going to be forced to start looking at rainbow foils. They're going to have to be forced to look at first edition. So, is this an evil thing? I don't think it's evil if you overpay and take down the walls. I think it's evil if you buy up the bottom and then resell. So that's where you, as a buyer, have to go in and be like, hey, do I want to support a store that has 50,000 plus sales, or do I want to support a new store like ZMK Games and pay that and let them have a sale and let a small store gain more opportunity so that they can flourish within the market? Do you want to help out someone that has 25,000 sales with a $1.28 sale? Or do you want to help out someone that has like 154 sales? Cookies of Nature. 154 sales, 100% feedback rating. Give the guy a chance, or give her a chance. Give her a chance. I want to say something. If you see someone that has like 10 or 20 sales and it shows 0%, that just means that nobody's provided feedback for that store yet. So yes, you are taking a chance on that store that they're going to ship and everything's going to be great, but do not be discouraged if you see a 0% with like 10 or 15 sales. That just means that they're a new store. They probably just started shipping out cards and they haven't gotten feedback from their customers yet. You're going to be pretty safe buying from anybody with a 100% rating with a star next to them. And even if they don't have a star next to them, you can give them a shot. That star just means that they're a pro seller. They've reached a level 4 within the TCG Player platform, or they are a brick and mortar store. Something else that I want to say is this is for what I would consider a Giffen Good strategy. You're not going to use this strategy for Veblen goods. Veblen goods are going to require a large sum of money to even move the market. So unless you're one of those people, this isn't for you. Okay? So with the recent buyout for the Heart of Fyendal, right? Hard to find. I was getting down there into like the 195 point, and then it slowly got bought up. Here, I'll show you the latest sales. We'll go through them. As you can see, yeah, we're gonna load more sales. We're going further back in time. Oh, okay. So they dipped to about 176, right? Then a very savvy person decided to start buying them up, and they bought up the floor of the market. Now, this is a good strategy for Veblen goods, or the top tier of the market, like Mothman or Charizards or Blue Eyes White Dragon. This buying up the floor for these types of cards is a good strategy because as the price goes up for these cards, demand is going to go up for these cards. That is one of the unique traits of a Veblen good. So we saw them start to buy and buy and buy. They eventually stopped. See, we got 930. They probably stopped after October the 1st, and then the natural Veblen good market and the demand started showing up and started buying them up. They eventually started buying up to like the 358 mark, 390 mark, 350, 350, 350, 360. And that market has now started to be like, okay, we have moved enough. We've moved enough. We've moved enough in the market to say, hey, we can probably chill here at 350 range and just call it a day. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing you got the 350 range, 375 range. The Veblen good demand is still going. And that's one of the crazy things about Veblen goods is if you start that chain and you just do a mass buyout and you shoot the price up $50 to $100, people that have been watching the product are going to notice. And you could call it a FOMO reaction, but it's really a Veblen good reaction. It's people that understand that these goods will go up as the price goes up. And they will happily pay $375 for something that was $200 just a few weeks ago. And then eventually, you're going to realize, hey, we don't have a lot of supply here. We got 21 listings. And realistically, if this Veblen good trend continued, it would probably continue to the $500 range. But at that point, you're going to find like a large jump. You're going to find a gap. And that gap right there between $900 and $550 is where that market is going to stop and be like, hey, is it worth it to jump $350 now? Or should we start to cool off and see if anybody that bought up all the previous cards, let's see if they have paper hands, and let's wait it out like 3 months. Let's wait it out 4 months. Let's wait it out 6 months. But those people know they have journals, they have Excel spreadsheets, they have little pieces of paper with their targets on their desk. And they go through these every single day, like 3 times a day. I promise you, 3 times per day, they go back and check this card because they do not want to miss opportunity. They do not want to miss massive market movements. They know that these strategies exist, but what they don't know is when someone is going to foot the bill. If you have a floor price, you can basically foot the bill almost risk-free. If you have a large spread, like 550 to 900, you're likely not going to want to do that. And that's because you're assuming that $350 risk, you're assuming that Welcome to Rathe is going to be out of print. However, if it's not out of print, you're going to Hosetown. I hope this video gives a little bit of insight into how to buy, what to buy, when to buy, and if you're an evil investor, I hope that you buy wisely. I hope that you take down the walls to accelerate the market growth. if you're buying the Veblen goods, by all means, buy them up. But I'm talking about like commons and rares. If you're just buying commons and rares on and they're staples and you're buying the floor up, there is an affordability point to where you need to be like, hey, can the average player afford this staple? Can the average player afford this Giffen good? And if your answer is no, you should not buy them up. If, let's say that you bought like 1,000 of Pummel, okay? Pummel is a common card that is used in a lot of decks. It has a lot of utility. It's a common card. Let's say you bought up 1,000 Pummels and you took down these walls of sellers or these mass box openers that have listed all their cards. You force them into a position to where, hey, I want to go again. Giggity, go again. I want to go again and I want to buy up the floor again. And if they do, then they're the one that's going to foot the bill for that spread. It's not going to be you that bought up 30 copies at 15 cents, but you paid 78 shipping. You understand? So just keep that in mind. Everybody, this is ways to improve the market and improve the value of a lot of these Giffen Good cards. It's a way to improve a lot of cards and add value back to the low end of the polls within Flesh and Blood and any other card game that has this issue where all the focus is on the Veblen Good. In Flesh and Blood, I think I'd say 99% of the people are focused on cold foils or they're focused on fables only. And I think that's a bad move, because if you're a player and I go buy a box and I get a dud box and I didn't open it on Unseals, I'm going to get hosed for like $80. I might get $20 in value off an unlimited box that I paid like $80 to $100 for. We need to start thinking about the player and them having the opportunity to break even. Because if they can break even, they can try out different decks. They can find something that works for them and their thought processes and their strategy within the playing part of the game. And they won't have to shell out their entire paychecks every week to change a deck. So I think that's all I have to say for this video. I hope everybody understands where I'm coming from. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you have not. Also, we have a giveaway for Shining Shadows Saga. If you check out the Shining Shadows Saga video, all you have to do is leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and then go in and leave a comment on that video, or join the Kraken's Deep on Facebook, and then also leave a comment there. If you guys do those things, you're going to get one of 4 of the S3 Rarity Kickstarter foils. These cards are beautiful. I know I'm coming off as a salesman. I'll say it right now. I know I'm coming off as a pumper, but I really believe in this game. I have been with it since like the very beginning during Kickstarter. I've been with it through like all the way up until now. I just got my second order in from them, and I'm extremely happy. One of the great things that they're doing, or they're trying to do, and that they've succeeded with the Kickstarter, is 100% recyclable materials are used for the packaging and the cards. So that means that there's no plastics, there's no microplastics entering the atmosphere after these packs and stuff go into the trash. They're just going to be biodegradable. And that is fantastic for the environment. I think that's a fantastic forward-looking movement that I will wholeheartedly support within the TCG world. I got really excited back when I think it was Modern Masters did the paper packs. But the problem with that was the paper packs could have been resealed, and that was a big concern with a lot of players and a lot of investors within that market, is those paper packs can be resealed. If you design a paper pack that cannot be resealed, is when this type of packaging will take off. So that's a free idea to any manufacturer out there or any print company. Run with that. Make a package or a card pack that is 100% recyclable, that can be opened and destroyed if it's opened. And if you can do that without the cards being able to be resealed in the pack, I think you'll have like $1 billion idea, $1 billion winner. I'm giving this out for free because I am just a I'm just a lowly kraken. I'm a scuffed kraken swimming in the sea of the market. I mean, what do I know? I mean, I have like every kid under the sun saying like, "You're wrong, rah! Don't unban Drona brutality. Oh my God, my head's gonna fall off." Like, come on, guys, get real. It's a common from Welcome to Wraith. It was banned 2 sets ago, and things have changed. There needs to be affordable archetypes for Flesh and Blood. Right now, you're going to have to spend $350 plus to have a tournament-winning deck. Yes, I know. Over a year ago, there was a single chain that won. I understand. I do not need to hear that 30,000 times in messages. Oh my God. You guys are so short-sighted and so... Okay, that's it. Y'all have a wonderful day. Remember to have fun. Peace.